Hey guys, it's Hannah here, and today we're going to do a bit of a chatty get ready with me using the products in my February makeup basket. So I'll take these off and get started with the Nars Pore and Shine Control Primer. So I wanted to try, I didn't get around to doing this in January because I had other videos I wanted to get up. I want to try and do a get ready with me using my monthly makeup basket every month, just so we can kind of get a feel of some of the products. Obviously I have more products in my makeup basket than this, so it won't be a full review of my makeup basket. Obviously that'll be the recap video, but this I feel like would be a nice way to kind of see some of the products in action at least, so you can kind of see them in action, determine if there's something they would work for you or if it's not quite what you're after, which is totally fine. Everyone has their own individual preferences when it comes to makeup, so no judgments there. I just popped the Benefit Blowing Brightening Concealer on under my eyes, and we're about to go in with the GRWM Power Fabric Foundation. And I wanted to use this one because you guys know I've ranted and raved about the Too Faced Peach Perfect for years and years and years, so I didn't quite think it was, you've seen it in a million videos, so I didn't think that was really one you needed to see me apply again. And I think I have applied this one on camera before, or I've at least worn it on camera. Maybe in, when did I buy this? Well, this is at the end of last year, so I feel like I've definitely worn it on camera. I just don't know if I've applied it on camera. So I do my regular thing where I pump it out onto my palette, dot it across my face, and then just kind of go for it in blending. There's really only one foundation I don't do with this with, and that's the Nars Soft Matte. But everything else is kind of my go-to method of application, because I don't like to pick up product with a sponge, because I find then it can soak into the sponge a bit more. But if the product's already laid out onto the skin a bit, it is less likely to do that. So that is that with the foundation, and then I'm just going to go in with my Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, just on the inner corner, and then who did I get this trick from? Rach Loves, I think, said if you pop that little bit of concealer, it's a little bit lighter, just on the outer edge of your eye, and it just kind of brightens everything up a little bit. I'm like, well, alright. And while that's kind of sitting there for a second, setting down, I'm going to use my Nars Soft Matte Concealer on the lids as a primer. Now I do only kind of go under the brow and to the crease, and then blend the excess over the lid. I don't go full on over the lid because I don't need as much cancelling out there. And then if I'm using a cream shadow product, I won't put anything on the lid, but I'm testing the palette that I haven't used yet. Guesses in the comments if you know what that is. So I am not going to use a cream shadow because I haven't actually used the palette to know if the palette's any good yet. And I've heard mixed reviews, so it's too late to do anything. Not that you can do anything about it in Australia anyway, but. Alright, and then with my good old flower sponge. I think I prefer the L'Oreal sponge, for those wondering. I do prefer the L'Oreal sponge to the flower sponge, but L'Oreal in Australia doesn't make the sponge, which makes me quite frustrated. So flower one will have to suffice. Though I do have backup L'Oreal sponges in my backup drawer. And I do just kind of go over my nose with whatever's left. Alright, powder. So I've used this powder a couple times, this obviously. The few times I've worn makeup this month, it has been a lot. So this is the Flower Setting Powder by Beauty Bakery. And I found that this can feel quite heavy under the eyes, so I do just kind of want to, but I do like a good set down, so it's kind of a balance of not over powdering and really just pressing the powder into the brush rather than having a lot of excess just kind of sitting there. Alright, that looks good. Something I really enjoy about this packaging is the twisty sifter. So you can get some product out in the lid and then close the sifter off and then just work out of your lid, which I just personally prefer. So I tap my brush in, tap off the excess, and then tap into the actual powder container that's been closed off, which is why I like closing it off, because then you're pressing the powder into the brush. So it's not just kind of sitting on the edges, but really all through the brush. So it's not just the first spot where you place your brush where you're going to get that powder, but rather all over. It really does mattify down the face. If you do not like a matte finish, you would not like this powder. Okie dokie. Throw on some lip balm. So, give you a little life update while we're at it. It is the middle of Feb. Uni goes back in March, and then I have 2 years left of uni, so that's very exciting to be seeing the finish line, past the halfway mark, for sure. But I'm going to try really hard every year. I say this, I'm going to try and not stop producing content in as soon as uni goes back. But we'll see how we go. I'll definitely still at least be doing my monthly makeup baskets. But sometimes I find the thing is, in uni I struggle to come up with ideas for what to film because I'm so focused on like study and then work and balancing all that, that even though I love filming, I just run out of time to actually think. Like I don't have the brain capacity to think about it, which is why you'll find that I have a high upload content from June and July and November to February, because that's when I'm not in session. So that's when I get the most kind of intrigue of what to do. So I just used Anastasia Brow Wiz and Milk Brow Gel. Yeah, so if you guys have anything you want to see, let me know in the comments so that I can think of what I'm actually going to film coming into March, April, May. So we're going in with the Marc Jacobs Cheerific palette. I hope I didn't blind you then and that you actually saw the palette. I just saw it get real reflective. I'm going to start in the matte cream shade called Juicy and then set my crease and up with that. Other life updates, if you saw the haul I posted back in January, I gave a sneaky update that Daniel and I had gotten engaged. He's very exciting. We kind of have not got any plans on that at the moment because he'll finish uni in 2 weeks, and then he's got a lot of job stuff going after that, so no ideas yet. I don't really know how much of that I want to put on the internet, in all honesty. I'm not that big a channel, so I don't think that a lot of that needs to go up, but if you guys want to see, if you guys would be interested in something like that, I might pop a little bit up. But again, let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in watching. If not, obviously, don't worry about that. Going in with the matte brown shade in the transition here on a Napoleon brush that you cannot buy anymore because they overhauled their brush line, gosh, a million years ago now, or like 4 years ago now, and none of the brushes came back the same. But this was my favourite. I own like 3 Napoleon brushes from when I worked there, and that's it. So that was delicious. It's all got patches on the bottom. Alright, let's see how these berry shades are going to work. Alright, Wayne Goss number 6 into the shade Extra, which is the brighter of the cherry burgundy shades. I want a bit of a cooler lid. So just popping that on the outer corner and then blending into the crease. And then pulling it under the eye as well, just on the outer corner. I'm going to take a Wayne Goss number, I don't remember which Wayne Goss brush it was. That was the number 6. Going in with the number 5 on Juicy, which was that matte brown. I'm just going to blend out that lower lash line. And then go back into the MP brush and buff out these edges there. Look, for being a matte cranberry colour, blending pretty well and holding its own pretty well. I think a lot of these people were just, like, people were really disappointed in this palette. I don't know if it's just because that one shade is awful. And like, considering it's a 6-pan palette, you kind of want, or a 7-pan palette, you want them all to perform. You don't want a white, glittery, who knows what, just kind of going on its own way. But I wonder if that dark brown, I really hope that's dark enough for me to line with. We're going to go on the lid with Ask For. Extra is what I just popped in my crease. Going in I'm using my fancy brushes. I'm giving this palette the best shot. This is the Sonia G Soft Shader brush. This is definitely not a full metallic. It's definitely a softer shimmer. There's nothing wrong with that. It's still got enough shine to it. Yeah, I think that's still really pretty. Okay. Then we're going to try this strange looking shade on a Smith 253. This is the shade Decadent. It is not a decadent shade, it's like a white glitter. We'll see. Anything. Oh yeah, glitter. I want it to give me more on the inner corner. Come on. There we go. That's a bit better. Like, it's not awful. It's not a fantastic shade, but like for an inner corner pop, it's not bad. And I wonder if, yeah, I don't hate that on the inner corner. If I press it on the lid. I don't know if that really did much. Yeah, it kind of like adds a little bit more sparkle to the inner portion of the lid, but look, I don't hate this look. I don't hate it. And coming into this, after hearing reviews on this palette, I was slightly worried. So that's a good thing. Alright, going in, what liner brush do I want to use is the question. This is a Napoleon Pettis conch shell definer and liner brush. These have like the fanciest handles ever. They're in a set, again, a million years ago, and I wonder, can I line with this? Or is it not dark enough? No, that's dark enough. Fallout though. This brush does hold a lot of excess powder though, so. Yeah, that's not too bad. Look, I'm not upset by that palette. I'm not upset by that. Alright, I'm going to do mascara off camera and I'll be back to do everything else. Alright, so I thought I'd turn my camera on, but I didn't. And now I'm finished. So let's just run through the products I have on. For bronzer, I have on the Becca Bronze Bondi. It applies really smoothly. I applied it with the Refa 24 brush and it just blended fantastically. Not 24, that's the wrong number. Where is it? Oh, 25, yeah. The Refa 25 brush just blends beautifully. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk blush on, which I applied with the Refa 24, no one wants it 24, which is a denser blush brush because I find otherwise that blush doesn't pick up enough. I have Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl in Peach Glow on top, and then on the lips we have the Bite Lip Pencil with the N Cosmetics Lip Luminizer cushion in Venetian Rose, which just gives that really high shine. Do not click it up a lot. I only did one click and there was still plenty of product afterwards. So that is it. Those are some of the products I've been using in the month of February. I really like how this look turned out. I was kind of cautious of that palette because people hated it, but I don't think it's that terrible. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, click subscribe to stay tuned for more videos. Don't forget to comment what you want to see coming up soon, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.